Hi everybody, Kat here. Welcome to the channel. Well, I've been pleased to see on the internet that people are starting to realize that the whole Meghan and Harry thing is just a little bit more than a narcissistic woman jealous of Kate and William, that if, she can't have the position and power she wants, she's gonna take down everybody. Now, this is much more than a narcissistic woman. That's one piece, that's the piece of the story you're allowed to see. It goes deep, and we're gonna get into it. It's a big old game of risk, folks. That's right. World domination. And here's how it works. You've got entities like the European Union, the American deep state, the World Health Organization, the International Monetary Fund, the World Economic Forum, the Vatican, and the royal family, amongst others, but those are the Super Seven. Now, what has happened over the years, they've all worked together for a common goal, which is to gain power over the people of the world, to limit your resources, to limit your access to travel, to vehicles, to housing, to employment, to medical autonomy, to anything sovereign, your sovereign state, your country's identity. They want to break down all these systems and create a feudal system where the few of us left at the bottom are left only to serve the few elites at the top. And for a long time they worked together. Monetary policy, the World Health Organization. Now we've got the European Union, who controls quite a swath of the European continent. That's what Brexit was all about. They wanted to get out of that. The people did not want to be part of this consortium of countries whom the leaders of which aren't elected, they're appointed, and they're making rules across the board that everybody has to follow. Britain got a certain amount of its autonomy back. But now let's look at the royal family. The royal family own much of Great Britain. They've got vast real estate holdings in the United States, Canada, and the other Commonwealth countries. They get a lot of wealth from the ownership of these things. They have a lot of power. They call it soft power within the Commonwealth, which is over 1 billion people on every continent of the earth. The royal family is actually pretty damn powerful. You've got organizations like the World Economic Forum, which Google Klaus Schwab, see what he's all about. He's like the poster boy. He's the head of the gang. And their job is to create environments in which government policy can be created to consolidate power. Ostensibly, they play it to the public like it's a good thing through social conditioning, things like climate change, things like the green energy myth. We've got to stop using fossil fuels, we've got to do this and that, and we've got to reduce not only emissions, but the population of the world, to save the world. It's a myth. It's a power grab. It's a control. We're living in a control grid, and most people don't even know it. Now, King Charles and Prince William are members of the World Economic Forum, and you've seen it in their speeches. Climate change. Oh, it's terrible, and the world's gonna end. Charles has a car that runs on cheese. William buys his wife reclaimed brass earrings in a virtue signaling exercise to say, look at us, we're so good. He got up at the Queen's Jubilee and gave that speech. He didn't talk about the Queen. He didn't talk about the Jubilee. He used that platform to talk about climate change. It's an agenda that they're pushing on behalf of the World Economic Forum. They think that these are their own ideas. They think they have a social conscience and are doing something right for the world. They don't realize that they're being used, and because of that, it's putting the royal house in jeopardy. They are being used by the World Economic Forum for the plan to reduce our availability to all resources. And this is going to be to their detriment. But even more than that, so that's already one way the royal family is in jeopardy. Now we come to Meghan Markle and we say, well, this crazy woman, and people are now saying she wants to take down the royal family. It's much more than that. Meghan Markle is an agent of change, a useful patsy herself. Think about it. How did she come on the scene? And I've said it before several times in several videos. You gotta start with Marcus Anderson. Who is he? Watch my video. If I'm right, Marcus Anderson is the illegitimate son of Prince Andrew, who went to England when he graduated high school here in central Ontario to figure things out. I bet he wanted to get close to the royal family. I bet he wanted to find out what's really going on. He got involved with Soho House. Now, all these many years later, he is so high up there, He knows all the elites. He's had contact with them. He knows their in and outs and probably their secrets. Soho House was created by elites, for elites, to give them a private venue to play. And it's been rumored, very widely investigated in fact, that Soho House provides some very interesting entertainments to some of its elite clients. Now, we know of Prince Andrew's association with Soho House. We know Prince Andrew's association with Jeffrey Epstein and other pedophiles, such as Peter Nygaard. We also know that one of Jeffrey Epstein's business associates is a big investor in Soho House. What do we know about Meghan? Social climber, yacht girl, mattress actress, whatever you want to call it. She was getting paid to play for a long time. And when she met Marcus Anderson, she was looking to social climb. She wanted a rich man, preferably a British man. And it was through her association with Soho House that she first came in contact with Prince Andrew. Why do you think at the trial, Virginia Giuffre, there was talk that Meghan Markle may actually be called to testify? Because there's a tie there that nobody wants to talk about. So Meghan knew Andrew. Who's the first person that she cozied up to when she got involved in Soho House? Eugenie. She got in close. She got in close. And that's where the blackmail began. But it doesn't end there, you see. Once Meghan started running in the elite circles and in Soho House with the other elites, she was noticed. Not for her skills as entertainment, but as someone they could use. Why do you think Meghan can seemingly say and do whatever the heck she wants? Lie on interview after interview. And she's got these backers. Why do you think that is? Because she is being used as a useful patsy to infiltrate the royal family. She knows the secrets, man. She knows about Andrew. She probably knows a lot more. And they hook her up with Harry, who incidentally, I think they met through Soho House. Harry has used the services of Soho House Entertainment in the past, as has one of his best friends, who also ran into Meghan Markle before she hooked up with Harry. It's a tight little circle. So she gets involved with Harry, who is emotionally stunted, angry, disturbed, borderline personality disorder, and not too smart. He's never been a happy man. She pushed all his buttons, and you got Mexit. And they're just causing trouble left, right, and center, and lying, and accusations. And seemingly there's nothing that can be done about it. What's being done about it? The royal family, never explain, never complain. They'll keep quiet. They haven't really come out and done or said anything, even though the world is screaming for them to lose their titles and be banished. But you see, William and Andrew and Charles, and indeed the Queen, knew. They knew what was going on. They knew, and they know that she was selected, and they know that they're under fire from much larger entities than Meghan Markle alone, so they've got to be very careful the way they play this. They've got to be very careful the way they play this. It's a big game of risk. If, like right now, we're sort of getting into the end game. They've got a lot of control around the world. They put us in lockdown down near 2 years, took everything away. Our civil rights doesn't mean a damn thing to the governments to the day. I don't care where you live, whether it's Britain or Canada like I do, or the States. We've lost a lot. That's the consolidation of power and the weakening of the populace. And this is what they want. Think of the monarchy down the last 1,000 years. Yeah. They were a big power base in control of a lot of people. But the world's much larger now. So even though they've still got all that power over all those people, there's lots of other groups that have the same power and the same aspirations. And now you get to the point where all these big entities that work together for a common goal for centuries are now wanting to consolidate their own power, and they're willing to take out another powerful entity that may be a threat to them. It's at the point you got like 5 groups at the top now, and they all want to be number 1, which means they got to take out everybody else. And this is what's happening. It is a takedown of the royal family. But it's not by Meghan Markle. She's being used. They saw in her somebody that they could use. And they're using her, and they're promising her perhaps a role in government, a government position. They've given her lots of money. And she's so egotistical and narcissistic that this is what she wants, and this is what she's driving for. She wants to be famous around the world. She wants to be celebrated. So they're letting her get what she wants, as long as she plays the game, and she thinks she's driving this herself, and that she's just got these, great supporters around her that believe in her. It's not it. It's not it. She was chosen as a patsy to play this out. And this may not take down the monarchy completely, but it'll damage it. and it's a lot easier to take down a lame elk than a healthy one. So she's being used in this process. Just like the World Economic Forum is using William and King Charles as patsies. They think these lofty save the world climate change ideas are all their own. No, they're being manipulated and used by the World Economic Forum to push these programs, because the World Economic Forum also knows that at one point, woke and the elitist monarchy, they can't mix. It's oil and water. And eventually the hypocrisy of all of this, when people wake up and realize, oh, I'm all for, just stop oil and climate change, and we gotta get rid of cars, and everybody should stop eating meat. All the things that William and Charles are promoting right now. But I mean, we saw a little hint of that hypocrisy already on Christmas Day Sunday at the church. Everybody was talking about, first of all, Kate's earrings. Oh, look, William bought her $100 reclaimed brass earrings for a present. Isn't that woke? A renewable resource brass, they reclaimed it, isn't that so environmentally friendly of them? They're just like us. They really care. And then you saw little Louis in his little coat and shorts, and people were saying, oh, why? It's December. Why is everybody else in long pants and Louis in shorts? The little kid must be freezing. And there's a very specific reason Louis was in shorts. And it is a huge signal of their position as a member of the elite groups. In aristocratic circles, little boys wear shorts till about the age of 8 or 9. I think it's 8 years old. And the system is called britching. Little boy in shorts is a signal. No self-respecting aristocrat would ever put their little kid in long pants. A little boy in shorts shows we are elite. It's that they might as well have a sign on their forehead. We are better than you. It's a sign of status. It's a sign of position. It's a sign of power. So she can wear all the reclaimed brass earrings she wants, virtue signal to the wokies. But on the same hand, they're saying, look at us. We're the elite. This is what we do, no apologies. Never complain, never explain. And eventually, William and Charles' involvement with the World Economic Forum and all these wokey programs are going to come into direct opposition with their position as elites. And the people are going to start realizing, yeah, they're hypocrites too. We can't trust them. That's going to weaken the monarchy. And I've said for a very long time, even before things really heated up with Meghan and Harry, that I don't think Charles is long for the throne. Because I think everything he's got himself mired in, this game of risk power play to bring down the monarchy, and the woke agenda and the backlash that it's eventually going to cause the royal family, is gonna harm the royal family to no end. They're knee deep in this shit and they don't even understand exactly what's happening. They don't realize they've been used from all sides. William's a little smarter than Charles. And I think as the backlash starts to grow, William's gonna force Charles out. William's gonna take control. This is gonna cause huge problems for Meghan Markle on a personal level. And if William realizes how they've been used, he could return and restore the power of the monarchy, which again, it's another control system, so is it a good thing or not? But this is the position that he's in. He's fighting for the monarchy from all sides. It's a big game of risk. Who's gonna win? All I know is not gonna be Meghan, because she is becoming such a threat that if the monarchy or the MI5 or the MI6 or some other security entity doesn't take her out, her handlers will, because she's getting a little too big for britches. She's getting a little too self-confident, and all they need to use her for is just to damage the monarchy. When they're done with her, she's not going to get a political appointment. Think of Harvey Oswald. He was a patsy too. That's how they end up, one way or another. I don't think Meghan Markle's going to be with us much longer than Charles is. It's a big game of risk. Now, these are just my thoughts and opinions. I guess we'll have to wait and see how it all plays out. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Send me a comment. Love to talk about this a little bit more with you. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.